We have the strongest, longest lasting fragrances with eau de parfum concentration. If you watch this whole entire video, you will understand and have better knowledge of fragrances such as Parfums de Marly, Tom Ford, and Prada, to name a few that are coming up, and you will know what are the strongest, most longest lasting, most projecting plus compliment getting fragrances built for cooler weather, built to last all day. We start with Herod. Many of these fragrances on this list are the most complimented because there are lots of strong, long-lasting fragrances that don't really get compliments, but these are the ones that do get compliments. And I created a website, and for $14.95 you can buy these a la carte that has samples of these high-end fragrances in them starting at $14.95, or become a member. You'll get 3 of them for $35, which is $45 worth of stuff, and I would greatly appreciate that because we don't have too many members right now. We only have 9. Before the COVID, we had 39 of them. Parfums de Marly Herod. You have, right after this, we have Layton, just so you know. It's a very great fragrance. And at the end of the video, I have the most versatile, freshest, longest lasting, most complimented fragrance on the whole list, so wait for that. Now this has osmanthus. If you don't remember what osmanthus is, it's like a very deep, rich peach note. It also has some labdanum, which is a sweet resin, sticky, gooey, brownie resin coloring. It also has tobacco and incense. And then there's cinnamon in here and pepper and woods, and it's very masculine, spicy, long-lasting, projecting, and it's also got tobacco vanilla combination. Now this is built on something called an ISO Super. What is that? It's like a molecule, and in my brain I would think of it as like a piece of bread, and then you add meats to it to make your sandwich. So ISO Super is very much used in modern perfumery, and when you put this ISO combined with all this on your skin, it creates a fuzziness, kind of tingling. Have you ever experienced that when you sprayed something? And what does that mean? Projection, beast baby. That's what it means. It also has another interesting note called cinnamon alcohol, which can be described as hyacinth. You know what hyacinth is? Spicy green, powdery, cinnamic, like a cinnamon note. This is the alcohol synthetic ingredient they use, which I'm trying to learn a little bit more about, and we'll tell you why later. It's really well balanced. Woody musk is built upon all this other stuff I just talked about. And the dark peach note I was just talking about, the fruity peach, is so decadent, so rich, you could almost think of it as a cherry note. You will very much enjoy this fragrance. Built for cold weather, strong versatility. You could probably use this in an office setting, just spray it lightly. It's very unique, very, very strong projection, so be careful as well because you don't want to kill people and choke them out. All the fragrances on here, I would say be careful with them because of some of them are so intense, and I'll tell you those in a few moments too. It does have a moderate scent trail, so when you leave the room, it's not that heavy when you walk away. And it feels like this should be made for ages 27 and up, a little bit more mature. Next one on the list is called Parfums de Marly Layton, and on the box this says Royal Essence. Royal Essence. It's not exclusive, whatever that means. I don't even know how many differences they are. If you know, comment down below. And while I got you commenting down below, tell me what your strongest question of the day is. What is your strongest eau de parfum concentration that you love? Comment down below. Let's get a good list going. And one more thing I want to say. Shout out to Stanley from yesterday's live stream. He saved the live stream. He liked Scent Story Gold Oud edition, and he saved the live stream. Shout out to you. Respect. Thank you very much, Stanley. Back to Parfums de Marly. It's really complicated, kind of, and hard to describe, but I'll do my best. You got bergamot, the regular citrus at the top notes. You got like a tangerine aroma from that bergamot. The middle notes are geraniums and jasmine, and then you have pepper and cardamom, like sweet and spicy, floral. Now this is all natural. You can tell these Parfums de Marly are all natural. By the way, if you ever buy a Parfums de Marly, have you noticed they don't tell you on the bottle which one it is? You know, it's kind of confusing. What if you threw the box away? The box definitely tells you. And also they are heavily counterfeited overseas. I don't want to name any countries, but European countries. But make sure you have a nice batch code engraved on it, and on the bottom of the box the same batch code is engraved on it, so be careful if you ever buy these. So this has all the natural ingredients, as I was saying, as opposed to aroma chemicals that other fragrances might use to dupe it, like this Perfect Oud. This uses expensive naturals. This uses aroma chemicals. This and this are almost the same thing, but $300 versus $30. This is called Perfect Oud. I'm not saying to buy this. I'm telling you in my head the differences in it. Natural versus aroma chemical. It's very sandalwoody. Sandalwoody is kind of powdery. It's very peppery and clean, robust. Scent structure is 9. Very unique. Parfums OMBRE Layton, one of the most complimented, strongest, longest lasting fragrances. Longevity is impressive, and it's very, very, very versatile. Good for the office. This is one of the strongest, most intense eau de parfums. It's called Tom Ford Oud Wood Intense. It's Angelica, which is like a celery note. It's got aromatic cedars, ouds, and cypress. It's got green notes in it. It's animalic black, thinking of black, hard, rough, scraped up leather wearing fragrance. It screams X-rated almost. It's so robust, I don't know, decadent, sexy to it, and it's very intense. It's a beast mode. And it does say female or male can wear it. However, it's very, very masculine. It's very leathery and green. Herbaceous, spicy, herb, green, leather, dry, clove-like smell coming out of it. And to dry down, you're left with this woody green oud note. Now, they use something called acetates in the chemical world. This is what they use to try to calm it down. And acetates is a clear liquid that they use inside of here that produces almost like a pear note, kind of. It tries to sweeten it out. And this thing can last 14 hours. No problem. It's very incredible. Completely different from the original Tom Ford Oud Wood. You take Tom Ford Oud Wood and put the Einstein squared on it. Next up, another Tom Ford fragrance. And coming up, I have a fragrance that only needs a little drop that'll last you 15 hours. Then it'll smell good, but people don't like it. But I'm going to show you how to use it. So this one needs directions. Isn't that crazy? And after that, I've got a Prada fragrance for you. And after that, the most freshest, longest lasting, most complimented, easiest to wear, most versatile on the whole list. Tom Ford Ombre Leather. Came out 2018. Authentic soft leather scent. It was meant to be a substitute for Tuscan leather, which is a very expensive private line from Tom Ford. This is very affordable. Before I even say anything, 100%, you could, if you want a leather scent, you could blind buy this. It's very nice and very much worth every single penny of it because it smells so luxurious. It's cool, spicy, velvety, fresh. You got some violet leaves in it. 2016 was the Tuscan leather, if you didn't know. The fruit is so well balanced, and it uses the acetates like I just talked about, the clear liquid, and it kind of gives you this pear note in there for the citruses. So does it work out good? Yeah. This could be great for ages 20, 30, 40, 50. It's absolutely worth the money, but I do say this thing about this. This is a level 2 fragrance. So if you're not used to fragrances with leathers and things like that, don't buy that. A similar scent, cheaper, is called Rare Carbon by Afnan. It has 85-90% of the same notes, just differently put together. When you first spray each of them on your hand, you'll be like, this doesn't smell like this, because this is a lot more smoky and leathery. And in exactly 90 minutes, you couldn't tell them apart, though. You have to wait. This thing lasts 20 hours, 24 hours, as long as you have some good skin and not dry skin. Now, here's the fragrance that's so advanced. I would call it a level 7. I don't even know when I want to wear it. It's got to be a certain mood. It's like a certain event. Kilian Dark Lord. It's dangerous. It's dangerous and masculine and peppery, and it will choke the room out. This is a tester bottle I found on the internet, which is like 3.4 ounces, maybe $200, as opposed to going on their website for $300. Also, you can find the scent sprayers. I put the link down below. Not only is it long-lasting, it's very, very extremely intensely long-lasting. It doesn't even matter. So what you got to do, if you had a sprayer, you will just spray half a shot is all you need. And you're like, at first you're like, oh, it's just a nice peppery rum scent with some florals. This is not anything bad. I can do more. You actually, that goes through your head when you spray it. Do not do that. I promise you, do not do that. one little shot wherever you want it to be at. It doesn't even matter, but especially nice little pop right here would be nice. Just a little dab will do you. I'm telling you, it'll last 15 hours. In 5 hours, it opens up fragrantly. In 30 minutes, you're like, wow. And you might even be tempted to spray it again, but don't. Now, if you're a guy who sprays it even once or twice, it's game over for you. Warning, has done. It's a professional fragrance for professional noses, but you can wear it, and those are the instructions. A lot of people hate on it. Next, I've got a fragrance that I'm going to give you a little tip on how to buy it properly. It's called Prada L'Homme Intense. It's a more multi-layered experience. It's got amber and iris in it, and patchouli, and it's an oriental feel because of the tonka. It's a darker version if you're familiar with Prada L'Homme, which is a beautiful soapy clean scent, the best soapy clean scent. It's called Prada L'Homme. This is called Prada L'Homme Intense, and it does have a lot of aroma chemicals in here as opposed to the other ones we talked about, which have natural ingredients, is direct from the earth of organics. But this was made so well and so good, so to the blind buyer or the person who's smelling it at the Neiman Marcus or whatever store you might be smelling it at, it's like, boom, I want that. Or you tested it out and it's still on your hand 8-10 hours later because of that, and it smells good and you're getting compliments. They made that to have money, and it's very high priced. I don't know the price of the retail stores. I'm going to say $98 for a smaller bottle. But on Amazon, I found a link for $68. And what's better than that, I found a link if you like to have Prada L'Homme on Amazon. You get 150 milliliters for like 80 bucks, so it's an extra 1.7 ounce bottle for $13 more if you were to check that out. So there you go. Longevity, compliments, beast, superior fragrance, just not as natural. Finally, the most complimented, easiest to wear from the list. It's the most easiest, versatile to wear as opposed to any other tweaks. Most complimented, most longest lasting. This is right in the middle, so right even Steven with all the analytics, the highest as they could be all at once, instead of one is longer, one is more complicated. You know what I mean? This is called Parfums de Marly Percival. Very clean, very precise, very neat. And people compare this to, in the opening, as something called Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce. This has lavender, and they say that they, in their website, that they hand select the lavender, natural ingredients, as we were talking about, from France. And lavenders from different regions produce different sorts of smell, and this one is clean with a slight green note of lavender. A lot of times lavender can be sweet, you know, those purple florals. This is very aromatic, completely different from all the rest of the Parfums de Marly. This could be worn as level 1, the top level 1. If you were a beginner fragrances, this would be your entry level. That's just easy to wear, blind buy worthy. The Parfums de Marly core is definitely in here. You'll smell that luxury DNA they use. Right off here, you can just smell it popping. And some similar fragrances. Again, I said Abercrombie Fitch Fierce in the first 30 minutes, and then it kind of goes away. Suitable for a casual night out, suitable for wearing a suit, suitable for going to work, cooking, watching Gordon Ramsay, whatever you do, 20 years old to 59 years old is good. Be patient for this scent. It's another scent. You want to wait for it to open up. You know what else I'd like to wear this? If you are a groom or a bride's groom or going to a wedding, especially the groom, because he's got to be around in close quarters with everybody, it'll last long, it's fresh, it's clean, and it's nice, because you're not going to offend anyone or choke anyone out. Maybe you're on a bus, maybe you're in a limo. That's a perfect fragrance to wear on your wedding day. Very complex scent that lasts for hours and hours, and so clean. I really love it. Don't forget, I've got this video right here. It's packed with information about more affordable fragrances that last long. Why don't you click on that, and I'm going to tell you why. I'll meet you right over there.